Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. Children, we are trying to learn about Europe. So, in the previous class, we tried to understand about the climatic conditions in the Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Northern Europe and Southern Europe. Today, we will understand about the Mediterranean climate in the Southern Europe. Of course, we also have seen about the Southern Europe climate, which is very suitable for the growth of different kinds of juicy fruits. And I also gave you the homework to write down about the Mediterranean climatic condition. So it is neither too hot nor too cool in this region, the region which is located adjacent to the Mediterranean Sea. Such kind of Mediterranean climate we find in other countries also, but because this kind of climatic condition is mostly found in the southern part of Europe, where the coastal region of Mediterranean Sea is located, in this region it is mostly found, so we call it as a Mediterranean climate. Today let us see about the four seasons which are present in the European countries. In our country we have three seasons: rainy season, winter season and summer season. But whereas most European countries have four seasons. So what are those four seasons mean? The winter, I'm writing here, it is winter, then followed by spring, then followed by summer and autumn. So if you look at the land changes according to the season. If you look at the land in Europe, it changes according to the season, and the agricultural routine also changes due to the seasons. As you know that in summer season, do we go for any cultivation here in India? No. The cultivation starts in India only in the rainy season, and harvest starts during the period of winter. And if there are good water facilities are there, even in summer also we go for the third crop. That is different. So let us understand about these four seasons in Europe. The transformation of a place over these four seasons can be seen in the pictures given in the textbook already. Let us learn about the winter season in Europe. So as November approaches, it becomes to get cold in Europe, and December onwards it gets very cold, and the snow begins to fall once in a while, and it snows heavily on the mountains and less on the plains, because mountainous regions are very suitable for the heavy rainfall. So heavy snowfall also occurs in the mountains than on the plains. The sun shines once in a while during these months, and the sun rises very late in the day, and about 9 or 10 o'clock the sun rises and sets by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it becomes dark by evening after. Even in the winter season in India also the same thing happens. It lately rises and it sets very fastly. It becomes dark by 5:30, but whereas in summer it becomes 7:30, 8:30 to gets dark. So the overcast sky makes it even darker, and broad leaved, the leaves, पत्ते जो रहते नहीं पेड़ के पत्ते, so those will be very broad, and these leaves in winter stand entirely leafless. The trees stand leafless during this winter season. And coming to the spring season, if you look at the spring season, the landscape began to change as March comes. So March is the beginning of the spring season here. That's the end of the winter and the end of spring. And here we have Holi during that period, spring season. Okay, in India we celebrate Holi during the spring. The day get a little longer and nights shorter as keeps on moving, and the snow begins to melt, and the new shoots the new leaves keeps on appearing on the trees, and fresh green leaves appear, and colorful flowers bloom everywhere on the land, and lush green grass begins to grow on the pastures. The fields are plowed in spring season, and sowing is done during this season only. They keep on doing the agricultural sowing. Okay, जो seed लगाना रहती है, that they do it in the months of spring. So wheat, rye, barley, corn, sugar beet and oats are the principal crops which are grown in this season in this plain region. And coming to the summer, it is summer in the months of June to August. When it is rainy season in India, it is a summer there, and they enjoy like anything, because sunlight they feel or they experience only for just 2 to 3 months, so they enjoy it like anything. So it does not rain much, and there is more sunshine. The days are longer than our country too, and the sun rises as early as 4 o'clock there. The sun rises as early as 4 o'clock in the morning and sets after 8 o'clock. So it will be very long day for them. It will be very bright. And in fact, in the northern countries like Sweden, the sun does not set at all. So that's the reason why we call Norway as a land of midnight sun. Okay. So even the sun doesn't sets there, it will be very bright for few days there. Nevertheless, it does not get very hot. Okay. Even though the sun stays for a longer period, it does not get hot. Okay. The summer season will be like a winter season here for them. But the bright sun, clear skies will be there, bright sun will be there. Okay, the sunny day they enjoy on the beaches like anything. So this is because the sun does not rise above the horizon, and the sky and that remains close to the horizon, where the earth and sky seems to meet is called as the horizon. So beyond that it doesn't rises. But whereas here it keeps on moving, sun rising, sun comes to the center and it keeps on setting. These all things doesn't happen there. So that's the reason why even though the daytime is very longer, but it doesn't get hot. And summer is a season of agriculture in Europe. Crops mature in this season because when they sow it in the months of spring, and crops come to the harvesting season during the summer. There is no need for irrigation at all, as occasional showers and sufficient for the crops. Occasional showering will be there. Even in the summer season also it rains, but not like a rainy season in India, children. It's occasionally showers will be there. Okay, that is sufficient for the crops there. And at the end of the summer, the crops are ready to be harvested. As soon as it approaches to the end of the summer, it is very sufficient for the harvesting. And in our country, we have two agricultural seasons. One is Rabi, the other one is Kharif. So this winter and monsoon season, Rabi is winter and rainy season, Kharif is the rainy season. These two agricultural seasons we have. Thus, it is possible to grow for us nearly 8 to 10 months in a year. But whereas on the other hand, in France and other European countries, cultivation is possible only for 6 months or 7 months. So only one crop they mostly cultivate. And coming to the last season, that is autumn. When you look into the autumn, the climate changes once again in September and October. Tree leaves turn red and yellow and begin to fall. They keeps on shedding the leaves. Okay, once they get dry up, they keep on shedding their leaves, and agricultural operations are also wound up because harvest get finished up and they get completely stopped, and hay is cut. You know hay? Grass, the dried up grass, hay, which is a fodder for the animals. Grass, endu gaddi. So this hay also gets completely dried up for feeding the farm animals in the winter, and grapes and other fruits are plucked and used for making wine, jams and juices. Even the jam is made up of fruits, isn't it? Grapefruit and strawberry. So these all are plucked and used for processing purposes in the industries of various kinds and preserved for the in other forms for the future usage. And coming to the land and agriculture in Europe, we will see in the next class, children. Today we learnt only about the 4 important seasons in the Europe. Thank you, children.